Last year I was calling the game between DePaul and UIC, and when Dikembe got hurt, it was devastating. It was devastating, but it looked like there was something gained from the rest of your roster after that happened.
Well, it was devastating from the point of you don't ever want someone to get hurt, and yet I didn't know how they'd react. I didn't know how they'd react during the game, and yet a group of really young guys grew up pretty quick that night, and I give Ty Odiasi and Dikembe are both here. A couple of the older guys really took it upon themselves with those young players to make sure they knew, because when you're building a program, your whole theme all the time is there is no excuses. And we couldn't let that become an excuse. And so, you know what? Dikembe handled it well. The young guys on my team handled it well, and it gave us a lot of growth from that point on.
So do you feel like it puts you, with getting him back, it puts you in a really good position to compete, because your team was competitive all year long, even without him?
Well, I think this, and you know, I go back to, and he knows, I said it to him, his freshman year, he scored a lot of points on a bad team. And we were going to recruit better players, then everyone had to learn to play with better players. Ty, him, and now what happens is now he has a belief of other people, because he watched what they did all year last year. It killed him not to be out there with them, knowing we could be even better. So I think the fun part is now they all know what they're capable of. Now putting it together is the next step.
What makes Ty such a great rim protector? And I have to shout him out, he's an HF guy. So I'm also an HF guy. I mean, that probably is why, but I'd love to know from a coaching perspective.
Well, I'm sure it's the HF thing. But you know what makes him a great rim protector? Because he understands he does his job. And as coaches, you ask guys to do what they do to help you win. And everybody wants to score. Everybody wants to do this. Ty has been a guy since the day I got here that wanted to do what he could do to help us win. And yet I've watched him develop for 3 years, and his offense caught up with his special. But what makes him great at it, he has great timing, he's learned to not foul, and he takes great pride in it.
What's got you excited for this season?
That we've become a player-driven program. It isn't, you know, Porter said it here. Porter's got a lot of quotes and things like that. I'm not smart enough for all that stuff. I can't remember what I said, let alone Dabo Sweeney. But you know what? They're taking ownership. They know when practice isn't going well. They change practice, not me. They know how to change what's going on during the game. They are learning that it's about them. I think every coach that's done this at a high level would tell you when their team understands it's about them, not me, then you're going to take a jump, and they've done it.
Steve, I was talking about this earlier. You brought it up with Porter. I'm not wrong in feeling like there is a buzz with what's happening with the schools in the area. I mean, I feel like whether it's from a recruiting standpoint or people being excited about what's happening at UIC or Loyola or DePaul, that there's something's happening. How would you define that?
Well, I think, and I got asked the question earlier, and it's like Chris's success last year. It created a buzz, and the fact that people know Northwestern is going to be good again. And yet, I go back to last year sitting here. I think every coach here felt like their program was going to be better. Whether the wins and losses would all be there, but the programs would be better. And now I think, I know for me, third year in, I know where we stand, and there is a buzz. I think when you look at the staffs of the coaches that are in here, and every head coach in here has a strong staff, and
and what they're looking for. And so I think it is a fun time for college basketball in the city right now, and teams are being picked in the upper part of their league's preseason instead of the bottom. Whether the media knows anything, they're getting it from someone. And so I think that's what creates the buzz, both on the men's and women's sides, is there is something fun going on. You've got a new arena at DePaul. We've got a new athletic director. There's just so many new and positive things going on that it creates excitement at every university.
Thank you both for coming up here and being so honest with what's going on with your programs. Good luck to you. It's good to have the KMA back on the floor too. So good luck to UIC men's and women's team this season.
Thank you.